information. I don't know. I'm not sure how that impacts returning the car, kind of a thing.
We had a young kid that loved a car, bought it, drove home to another state, called us the next day and had buyer's remorse. And
this is a PSA for anybody considering getting an electric vehicle. Don't. Just don't.
Today, we're reacting to real EV owners dealing with instant buyer remorse, not just from depreciation, but from day-to-day realities of just owning one.
we had a young kid that loved a car, bought it, drove home to another state, called us the next day and had buyer's remorse. And in the car business, you buy a car, you drive it away, deal's done. So I'm gonna call him and just figure this thing out.
You've been talking to everybody and their dad's called in. I figured I'd take a turn and work something out, man. I don't want you to feel like we're not taking care of you, but I also want to make sure that we're being treated fairly. I don't think you need to be in a bad spot. I don't think we need to be in a bad spot. Did you just like, oh crap, I shouldn't have bought an electric car?
The car is great. I love the car. There's nothing wrong with it except for the charging. It's a deal breaker for me, honestly. I don't have my own home. I live in an apartment, so there's no way to charge at my house. My parents don't want to put one because they don't have any electric vehicles, and then I don't want to stop every hour and a half and charge my car for 30 minutes when I could just...
He said, I don't have a charger at home and I live in an apartment. At what point do you sit down and think about that before you make the purchase? I mean, that's the biggest part of getting the benefits out of it is you're able to charge an electric car at your home, but you are required to install that fast charger, and that requires an electrician. And apparently we don't think about those things before we're purchasing something that is in your daily gas-driven combustion engine type of car. Wow.
fill it up in 10 and get triple the range.
That stuff was true before you owned a car. Those are all facts, whether you owned the car or not. So I'm just trying to understand how we got there after you bought it.
I've driven a gas car my whole life on the highway. Gas cars get better mileage for the most part. And so I was under that same impression. Like, it's the complete opposite for me, you know?
Yeah.
So if gas was getting better mileage, well, why not just stick to gas? I don't know about you guys, but if I like something currently, I wouldn't really change it, especially when it comes to driving. It's kind of a big deal. You know, kind of need that to get around daily. So we have, again, a person taking absolutely zero accountability. Let's see what this dealership owner does, because I know what I would do.
Driving an EV every day for the last 7 years. It does take longer to charge than it does to fill up with gas, no question about it. But I save so much money on the gas, it's worth it to me.
I probably would get pretty used to it if I kept the car, but I just don't think I'm willing to make that conversion at this point in my life. I will admit I didn't fully understand what I was getting into.
I want to try and work something out specific that can work for you and for us.
I don't want to feel like I have to buy a car from you guys. I don't want to feel like obligated.
If you want to have this work out for you in some way, you do have to buy a car from us.
Now he's being demanding. Hey, don't worry about it. Let me sign this contract. I mean, contracts exist for a reason, I thought. And this guy is also just being demanding, rude, disrespectful. I guess that's the kind of world we're living in. Honestly, this dude, I believe this guy is from Utah, and he owns a EV dealership. First of all, great guy. Seems like one. You know, he's trying to do what he can to, you know, help the kid out. But I mean, this is why understanding what you're purchasing is huge, because you don't just go over there and sign. I mean, we're probably talking $20,000-$30,000, if not plus, of a investment, quote unquote. I mean, it's not really an investment of how hard they depreciate, but are we just not thinking anymore? I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'll say it again, but you usually want to read those fine prints. Anything that says contract, you better read it, sleep on it, because you'll be in a situation like, you know, honestly, it's not even shocking. A lot of people will just blindside it and not think about tomorrow and just do this. Let's continue on.
I'm not just going to take the car back, dude, and say, sorry, Andrew, you're 19, you made a mistake, wish you the best. You're going to ask me to lose thousands of dollars because you didn't do your homework? That's not fair to us. You need to take some responsibility here. You don't just get to return a car after driving it however many miles and days and changing your mind, getting cold feet. That's not how it works. That's not how the law works. That's not how business works. And that's not fair to us. We don't have to do anything. You bought that car on your own free will. You're a big boy. Car's exactly what is advertised. I don't want you to be unhappy. That's not how we roll. So buying a car from us is the only way. Is there a car you found that you want?
There is one, but the only problem is I know that you guys are going to mark it up from what it costs, obviously. But
You're right, we will. I'm going to make a profit on a car that I'm selling you. Tell me a year, a make, and a model of a car you want, and I'm going to go look on the dealer auctions right now and see. So what is it you're interested in?
a Hyundai Sonata Limited.
I'm looking at one here that's a 2021 black with 60,000 miles that we could get for that mid-20s that you'd be in good shape on. Let me do some work.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks. All right, see you, bye.
Well, there you have it. Kids being demanding, not caring that, hey, there's people that actually make a living by selling cars. Now, whether some do it right, some do it wrong, I mean, that's really in every business, right? But the biggest thing was just almost like the entitlement. Like, no, you're going to take this car back. This isn't your local grocery store where you just don't like a box of cereal and you just return it. This is a big boy purchase, like you said. And on this next clip, you have a lady that isn't too happy about her purchase as well.
This is a PSA for anybody considering getting an electric vehicle. Don't. Just don't. That's all I can say. Dumbest shit I've ever done. Worst decision I've ever made. Be $1,500 a month for a car that I can't drive because I'm never charged.
$1,500 a month for a car she can't even charge. Wow.
Because this is modern day Hunger Games. This is Hunger Games. You have to wait for 2 hours to get a charge. People are quite literally fighting at chargers. They're always broken. The infrastructure for these cars is non-existent.
So not only the inconvenience of having to wait for people to charge, I don't even know how long, I guess you could search it through their apps and whatnot, but just the inconvenience. I've had rented I think it was a Nissan. This was, years and years ago. I just wanted to see what, it was a good deal and I just needed it for quick trips. I tell you what, I literally couldn't get past a day until the thing went on zero battery. It was the most frustrating thing that I have ever done. And from that day on forward, I said, there's no way in hell I will be in an electric car. Now, granted, it's been a few years. The range and everything has come a long way. And it was a Nissan, so okay, they're not the greatest. But man, that thing pissed me off like no tomorrow. Just not for me, man. Give me that petrol. Give me that gas tank. Fill up, and I am ready to roll. But $1,500 and to go through all this hassle, again, people not thinking about the purchase that they're making. Makes no sense to me.
I would rather pay $200 for a tank of gas than to ever have to waste my time doing what I'm doing right now. I want to file a class action. I think we should all get together and sue everybody. Suing everybody. Electrify America, ChargePoint, Mercedes, Elon, just because he's weird. Give me gas. Let's go back to the normal times. Don't get an electric vehicle.
There you have it. Another unhappy EV buyer. And the regret is, as you could tell by her tone of voice, anger, frustration. And I could totally relate to that because that was me. So it's pretty big. The whole charging situation is pretty huge if you don't have it accessible, in your reach in your house and whatnot. On this next clip, we will be seeing that EV dealer again going through a very similar, having remorse already, purchasing their Tesla.
Tell me what's going on and how maybe I can help.
The reason we were trying to get a Tesla there is financially we need a better financial car. Because right now we have a Honda Pilot, which we're spending about $200 in gas, and our payment's like $640. So we were looking to get something cheaper, and we really like Tesla. So we went over there to get that. So unfortunately, I didn't realize insurance is a whole lot more expensive for Teslas, and to get the charger on the house is going to be like $5,000.
When you say the charger's $5,000, tell me more about that.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I do not even know what to say, guys, because these are adults, you know, zero research. He said he was paying whatever $640 for, was it Honda Pilot or whatnot? Now what did he think he was gonna fill up his Tesla with gas? How are you surprised right now? You know, you signed off the dotted line, real money, you know, but you haven't done the very important detail of research that you've just completely neglected. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down in the comments, but I personally would feel zero sympathy for people like this because you're an adult, man. Accountability out the window. So it does tell you, though, that these EVs, people are just, I don't know whether buying into the hype, not really thinking about the aftermath of, hey, do I need a charger? How much is that going to cost me to install in my home? How long? And also the range anxiety. Oh boy, will I tell you, that was probably the worst. You should have seen me looking at that, at those miles just drop. That range, I have a heavy foot, but still, I could not get past maybe a day until that thing was so low. I was afraid to get on the freeway. So that alone for me, it
have a 100-amp panel on it needs to be upgraded to 200. My brother is an electrician, and I was asking him about it, and that alone is going to be about $3,000.
Okay. So there's a really inexpensive alternative that will work well for you. You can go to a 220 dryer plug, and it'll get you to about an 80% charge overnight.
I don't really have 220 near my garage. Like my panel is in the back of my house with my washer and dryer.
What I'm trying to figure out is you came in here a couple of times, so you thought about the Tesla for a while, and we're all adults, and you did some research. Car's in great shape, all that stuff. And then our finance team worked to get you approval. And so I'm trying to figure out where it's fair and reasonable to help you guys. And I think the charger being on the back of your house, that's not new information. I don't know. I'm not sure how that impacts returning the car, kind of a thing.
That was one of the major things. The other couple of factors, because the price of the car monthly that I could afford is not much than what I'm doing right now. And so when it boils down to is it's not worth switching right now. It doesn't seem like it's worth it. So I didn't figure it would be too much of a hassle to help me out and cancel our contract.
We could have maybe sold that car to somebody else.
Again, he's saying, I didn't realize it'd be pretty close to what I was already paying, but were you just throwing random numbers on that contract that you signed? I mean, you could do the math. You know, the first thing you really want to do before you buy a car is obviously check insurance. That alone is a massive scam, in my opinion, because it's, as you can tell, electric cars or Teslas, the insurance rate is going to be higher. Again, unaware, zero accountability. So again, we have a person trying to just please return. Here's my receipt for grocery shopping. But I'm really curious to find out what this dealer does. He seems like a nice dude, but let me know what you guys would do in his position. Me personally, there's no way in hell you're getting that money back or that return. It's one word, adult. And accountability, I guess, too.
I don't know, but I do know that you signed a contract and we did our part. You knew what the car payment was when you signed the papers. You knew what the interest rate was. You knew that you were going to need a charger and stuff. So it's just a little frustrating that cold feet or buyer's remorse. And I'm going to do it for you, just so you know. I don't want to put you in a bad spot. It just feels like we're taking the responsibility for your lack of research or your lack of homework.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, I'm just being candid. It's just like I said, it's just rough because all the things you've described, none of them were a surprise. It's just a little bit of extra work for us and risk. And I'm just wondering if you think that all falls on us or if you guys have any responsibility for that.
You're right. I'm at your mercy.
Look, man, I'm going to unwind it and we're going to take the car back and you're not going to owe us anything. I'm going to put it in your lap. I'm going to ask you and your wife to consider if you think that Dalton's time and Nicole's time and our business's time is worth something, because I'm going to do that either way.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Let us know what you and your wife think is fair and reasonable to you. And in the meantime, we'll get the paperwork going and get the thing undone.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Wow. So apparently this guy's extremely nice, man, because, you know, they have contracts in play for a reason, and you're an adult for a reason, you would think, right? He's taking it back. I was actually quite surprised. I don't know how many people would do that, would reverse that transaction. Because like he said, you're a big boy, you know, nothing was changed in the contract that you didn't know about. But again, people are realizing that electric cars are more than you can handle sometimes. We've been used to combustion engines for the longest time, right? It's not easy to do the switch. It really isn't. I mean, me first, as far as I will go, is a hybrid. Hybrid was perfect for me. I've owned a Prius before, and now I'm going to actually buy another one. I'm going to look for it in a salvage auction so I can repair it and save a ton of money, and also have a very reliable vehicle. And that's good on gas, because a few of my cars that are not the greatest on gas, but you know, it is what it is. I am very curious on what you guys think, or if you guys own an EV. I'd like to know your opinions on what you would have done in this situation, or how your experience has been on EVs, because I'm still, you know, potentially thinking about getting one in the future, but still undecisive. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and I will see you guys on the next one.